Guys, hello, can you hear me? Can you see me? Hello, Roman, hello. Guys, I have added 200 people, but I can see only 7 here so far. Probably I need to give you screen sharing. Okay. Okay. Hello, hello. Guys, only 2 of you so far. Or anybody else is going to be present. Because I see only 7 people. Can you imagine? 7 people. May I ask you guys, while you are being added to the platform, how are you today? How is life? What are you doing? Sitting at home? Or probably you're somewhere else at work, maybe? Guys, can you hear me? Just where are you now? Somewhere at home or probably at work? Hello. Okay, hello, hello. Okay, Tatiana, you are sitting at home. Aren't you bored at home or everything is okay? Okay, 1 week. Okay, sit at home, 1 week. So guys, today we're going to speak about one interesting topic, and I was asked to speak slower, so I will try to speak slower. But if you don't understand me, please write to me here via our chat, okay? So if you don't understand anything, just write to me here on this chat. Добрый вечер, yeah. So guys, the topic for today is going to be work, professions, and present simple tense again for he, she, and it. I hope we can start. You are ready, so let's go. Speaking about professions and about work, we have different professions in English language. But I would like to ask you a question. Which professions do you know by heart? So as to say in Russian, наизусть. Do you know, guys, any professions which you can now tell me about? You can just write here via our chat and let me know which professions you really know in English. I'm waiting. Give me some professions which you know in English language. Any professions which you find interesting and useful. It's interesting, but in English, Tatiana, it's really good, that you know the word хирург in Russian, but I needed this word in English. Engineer to printing. Okay, interesting. What does he do, Roman? What does this engineer do? What is his specialization? And everybody's silent, yeah? No ideas at all. Great. So probably I can give you some professions, and maybe during my speech, you will be able to give me some other professions. Guys, do you remember the people who we are calling architects? Yeah, who are, creating some ideas or making some ideas of how to create our new houses or what to do in this room, what to do in that room. Yeah, I hope you remember these guys. Also, we have a profession which is called a builder. So this is a guy who is, usually building a house, and we have a lot of objects which are being built nowadays in Minsk. For example, Minsk World, yeah, where previous airport Minsk One was located. Now there is a big construction site, and a lot of builders are working there. Also, as we're going in an alphabetical order, don't forget about a cook. Yeah, so we always want to eat, especially now when we usually stay at home. We want to eat even more than we used to. So now we need cooks and chefs. Of course, when we're speaking about cooks and chefs, we have some delivery guys. So, people who deliver this food from the restaurants to your houses. Pizza delivery man, maybe some kind of sushi delivery guys, or somebody like that. Yeah. May I ask you a question, guys? If you listen to me very attentively, do you order food from Pizza Lisica places, I don't know, from Europe, or you prefer to go to these places and take everything you can there? May you answer my question, guys? Do you prefer to eat at home now, or you anyway go to the city centers, to the centers of our city, like to the center, and to eat something there? Give me your answer. Guys, I'm waiting. Just give me an answer. Do you go nowadays to the center of the city to eat something, or you mostly order the things home? Order at home, okay. Anybody else? Because it seems to me I'm working only with Tatiana. Guys, am I working with anybody except for Tatiana? Or only Tatiana is here? Interesting. So all other 5 people who are present here are not answering me. Okay, let's try to move on then. Guys, the next one is an engineer, but you already told me. Boycott, yeah. It's interesting. I'm really interested why. What is the problem and why is this boycott? So what is the problem? Your fingers are frozen and you cannot type because mine are frozen. Like I'm a bit cold and here I need to do some kind of activities, but I cannot stand up because I'm sitting and having this webinar here with you guys. So guys, engineer, you told me about this profession, an engineer. What about a factory worker? is it still popular in our world? Because as I know, a lot of you still use, fridges, microwaves. Of course, we all use them every day. Kettles, which are чайники. I don't know. What else? Do we use anything else? Maybe cookers like плиты and something like that. So we usually need these factory workers. We have a really beautiful factory here. Yeah, in Minsk near Corona Zamak. It's called Atlant, yeah, and it produces really good and useful things for our society. Anna, you're writing or you are not writing because I see that you are typing, but nothing is happening. Anna, should we wait for you or you are in a process, in the middle of the process? I see, probably you are in the middle of the process. Okay, guys, let's try to move on. The next one, flight attendant. So it's a person who usually flies and who helps you when you are on board. In Russian we call them stewardessa or steward, but in English we have only one word for both people. We have flight attendant. This is a person who usually helps you when you want to fly somewhere. He helps you with drinks, he helps you with food. If you need some kind of a blanket, to cover yourself because you want to sleep, одеялка, he will bring it to you. Of course, we have pilots, but it is another story. Speaking about hairdressers. Anna has left us. So, speaking about hairdressers, guys, do you use hairdressers now? Do you go there? Or you prefer to stay at home and you cut your hair yourself? Probably you don't cut your hair nowadays. Okay, you prefer to grow it. Great. The next one, lawyer. So a lawyer is a person who can protect you at the court. Тот, кто защищает вас в суде. Yes, so this is a person who can help you when you are staying at the court and you are maybe accused, обвинены, or maybe you just want to protect your rights, защищать свои права. The next one is a nurse, and in this case, a nurse, especially in our situation, this nurse is a really, really useful profession nowadays. Because usually when we're speaking about a nurse, now we need a lot. There's doctors and we need nurses at the same time too. Because we have a lot of patients, yeah, a lot all around the world, like pacienti. And of course, we need to have some people who will help us to cure these patients. And of course, we have doctors, but it is another story. The next one, pilot. So speaking about pilots, now probably we don't need a lot of pilots because all pilots are sitting at home, but at the same time, it's a very important and I would say respected profession, which means that you can be a pilot for as long as you live. You can be a young pilot, you can be an old pilot, depending on just how good your health is. The next one, it is a policeman or a policewoman. Guys, nowadays, speaking about policemen or policewomen, we don't have any, gender rotation. Speaking about professions which were usually women, for example, I don't know, nurse, or I don't know, business, you wanted to say something like business women or business woman, policeman, policewoman, lady doctor. I even heard about this profession like lady doctor. Now we don't have them anymore because nowadays a lot of people prefer to call themselves in a masculine way. So speaking about professions, if you are a lady, you are a doctor. If you are an actor and you are a lady, you are an actor. So we don't have any other differences between these two different things. Like if you are a doctor and if you are a lady, it's okay, you can be a doctor. Actor is the same, we don't have actress, we don't have waitress. All of the professions are in a masculine way, are called in a masculine way. So, только в мужском роду. The next one, receptionist, or also we can say an administrator. So speaking about administrators, we have a lot of them everywhere. In, beauty parlors, like salon красоты, maybe somewhere in the banks or at the hotels or something like that. So a lot of administrators, a lot of receptionists are there at the cafes. We usually have administrators who, handle, улаживают different things. Also, when we're speaking about professions, we have a profession which is called a soldier. And in our country, soldiers, soldati, can only be men, if I'm not mistaken. But speaking about the world, in Israel, as you remember, there are a lot of soldiers who are ladies. And these ladies are serving in an army. So it is very important for them. They do it regularly, and it is very respectful. Probably in our country, if I ask you guys, do you think that ladies should serve in an army? You would say no, right? So if I ask you right now, do you think that women should serve in an army? What would you say to me? Yes or no? Should ladies be soldiers or they shouldn't? Yeah, guys, if you have any ideas, just please give them to me. Do you think that ladies in our country should be soldiers? Yes, Roman, thank you. Nice reply. Ladies, what do you think about this idea? Okay, maybe. No more ideas, yeah? So we have one yes and one, they can be. They can be, but not they have to be. Yeah, so if they want to, they can be soldiers. I would like to ask you one question then also. Do you think that men should be soldiers? Or if you don't want to serve in an army, you can stay at home? Or it should be, as in our country, you have to. Ты обязан serve in an army. Do you think it should be optional? Думаете ли вы, что это должно быть по желанию? Or it should be obligatory, as it is? So, Roman, you think? May I ask you, so you think that men have to serve in an army? Вы думаете, что мужчины обязаны служить в армии? In our country. If you think yes, may you tell me, Татьяна, excellent. So, men mustn't, не обязаны, не должны, иначе будут наказаны, or не обязаны, но могут. 9. Okay. Speaking about army, I've understood. Great, no more questions. Guys, let's try to move on, and we're going to speak about one more profession, maybe two more professions. So, speaking about people who are called vet or vets, ветеринарные врачи. So when we're speaking about doctors, we have a lot of doctors. You asked me today about a surgeon, chirurg. We also have dentists, we have therapists, we have, dermatologists, psychologists, and also we have a vet. So a person who helps you when your dog or when your cat or when your hamster, parrot, anyone else is ill and needs some help. In this case, you come to this vet and he gives you some help. Speaking about vets, as you remember, everybody can be a vet, a lady, or a guy, so it doesn't matter who this vet is going to be. It can be any person. And the last one, the last profession which we are going to talk about today is a waiter. So when you are at the university, or probably when you are at school, usually people start working when they are at school, maybe somewhere in the 10th or in the 11th class. They usually work as, as a waiter or as waiters. It's a good profession. Why not? Some people work in this profession, and some people say that this profession is mostly for ladies, but I don't think so. Speaking about this profession, probably even men can work in this uh, profession, just because men are usually even better in this profession. But I cannot say that all of them, because sometimes people can find themselves in different professions. For example, if you know, out of our country, like somewhere in Europe or somewhere in the USA, there are some people who are building their career in this sphere. So they are professional waiters. Like in our country, we think that I don't know, waiters are the profession for you only as long as you are at the university. But as a reality, somewhere in the USA, somewhere in the UK, a lot of people are working in this profession. And if you are a professional waiter, why not? A lot of people are studying to be one. Okay, guys, now I would like to give you one interesting video for watching because I think you are tired of listening to me, and I would like you to watch a little video about professions. Just because I don't know how to draw, drawing is not for me, so probably you will watch a video on YouTube and it will be better for you. You will not see me, you will not hear me during this video time, so just try to imagine I'm present here. I will play the video for you. It lasts 5 minutes only. When it finishes, I will come back to you and ask you, all of you who is present here, to write down for me some professions which you really liked from this list. Okay, let's try to play it. I'm not going to be here with you. I will switch off everything. Just concentrate and relax. Good luck.
Jobs and occupations. Waiter. Paramedic. Dentist. Train conductor. Nurse. Electrician. Doctor. Businessman. Painter. Mechanic. Magician. Lifeguard. Clown. Housekeeper. Gardener. American football player. Student. Surgeon. Doorman. Secretary. Soldier. Repairman. Scientist. Geisha. Footballer. Forest ranger. Builder. Lunchroom supervisor. Farmer. Flight attendant. Reporter. Professor. Police officer. Postman. Photographer. Pilot. Catholic nun. Fireman. Engineer. Carpenter. Architect. Foreman. Construction worker.
So, guys, how was the video for you? Was it interesting, helpful in any way? Catholic nun. Okay, so it was the best profession from all of this, yeah, for you, Roman? It was the best profession. Or it was just funny? Who is this George? Ah, I think you meant judge. Yeah? Okay, great. Roman, thank you. But anybody else, guys, who else wants to give me some professions which you liked? Guys, anybody else who want to give me any professions? Guys, anybody else? So, no other professions. Excellent. So in this case, we're going to move on. And now I would like to give you some exercises about present simple tense. So the question is, do you remember when and how we use present simple tense? I think I asked you this question the previous time. So today we're speaking about he, she, and it specifically. He, she, and it. Do you remember that when we use present simple, we always use s ending with any verbs which go after he, she, and it? For example, he has, she does, and for example, it goes. I hope you remember about this fact. Yeah? I hope. So, right now I would like to write for you some sentences, and you will help me to put a necessary verb into this list. For example, the first sentence, nurses, then we will skip some place for you to add a verb in a correct form. Then after, patients in hospitals. Patients in hospitals. Guys, you need to decide which verb should be put here and in which form. Looks interesting, Tatiana, but we are speaking about plural, nurses, not one nurse, nurses. Look, perfect, Tatiana, thank you so much. It's correct. The next one, geographical fact. The Earth goes, oh, sorry, I gave you the answer. It will be excluded. Исключено вопрос. Okay, let's try this. The Queen of England in Buckingham Palace. What do you think in this instance should be? Lives. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, the next one. What about this? Okay. Has is better. Roman, we're speaking about a dog. A dog is a singular thing. Singular. So in this case, we cannot use pay attention. Okay. And let's try to test you with 2 more examples, guys. You need to open the brackets. Вам нужно раскрыть скобочки. Ilya, I agree with you. Ilya, can you explain to us why doesn't is better than don't? Yes. Ilya, can you explain to us why doesn't is better? Ilya, can you explain to us why doesn't is better than don't? Ilya, thank you for your answer. Great. And one more example. Because computer, yes. Because computer is it. Great. And one more. My grandmother. What about this one? Makes, prepares. Did you think about the word cooks? Not cooking, guys, not cooking. Cooks. Cooks is better. Not cooking, but cooks. Guys, you have lost me for a second. Just give me a little minute. I need to adjust the heater. Because my computer doesn't like it. Okay, so cooking or cooks? Cooks is better. Great, great. Now I would like to ask you, we are going to ask questions because you know how to make positive sentences. Now we need to learn how to ask questions. Tell me please, if we're speaking in present simple, you always ask questions using do, yeah? Like do you, do we, do they, right? But speaking about he, she, it, which word do we use with he, she, and it? Excellent. So it's the word does. Perfect. Speaking about questions, when I ask you, does she, does he, or does it? Do I need to use the word after he, she, it with s ending? For example, does she plays? Or it is impossible to say like this. Play, okay. Can you explain to me why do we say play, but we cannot say plays? Where is our ending? Где наше окончание? Угу. So because does. Excellent. So the first word does means that I don't need to use any other S endings. Excellent, guys. Great. So play does because does. Great. Now I would like you to ask me a question. Correct question. So just try to write it down here using does he, does she, or does it. I can start. I can be the first. I would like you just to write down the correct form of the question. You don't need to answer. I don't need to answer. Just give me, please, a correct form of the question. For example, does it usually stay at home alone? But it is my question. Guys, can you give me some questions which you can create using this does method? Придумайте пару вопросов. Each of you, please come up with a question in this order. Does he, does she, or does it? For me to understand that you understand what I want, that you understand what I want to hear from you. Does he sleep in his bed? Okay, great question. Does she drive to work every morning? Okay, but drive небольшая буква. A small letter will be okay. Roman, don't be sorry, it's okay. It's okay. Caps lock. I think caps lock was working. Does your dog live in the home? Tatiana, not in the home, but in the house. At home. Does your dog live at home? At home is better. Does he work in an office? Okay. In an office. Okay, excellent. Does he play football once a week? Okay, this question is correct. Yeah. Okay, guys, continue. Great, no more examples. Guys, now I would like to give you some practice for, for practicing present simple, other verbs, mixed exercises. Uh, Guys, but I need your attention probably here. Guys, may I ask you a question? Just if I send you this link to our chat, will you be able to open it at home? Just can you try to open the link and write to me whether it is working or not? It is a link for you to test your understanding in present simple tense. Just try to open it. If not, you mean it's impossible for you to open it, yeah? So Tatiana, no. Tatiana, yes. Great. So I think it is working. Guys, I would like to ask you, please open this thing. Try to practice right now. If you have any questions, ask me. We have 20 sentences to be exact. You need to complete them in a correct order. Please, guys, do it right now. And later, if you have any questions, come to me. You have 10 minutes to accomplish this task right now. Guys, 10 minutes. If you fail to do it, it is a big, big mistake. Just let me try. Okay, probably I cannot. Great. So, guys, did you get it? Получили ссылочку? Great. You are пропадаете. I'm here, guys. I'm here. Everything is okay. So, work with this link. Поработайте, пожалуйста, с этой ссылкой сейчас. Work with these exercises. You have 9 minutes more. У вас еще осталось 9 минут. Then we will check it together, okay? At 7 o'clock, precisely, ровно в 7 часов, мы с вами проверим. I will be here with you, but do it, please, right now. Пожалуйста, сделайте это прямо сейчас. Okay? Yeah, let's do it. Guys, so how are the results? Any questions? Вопросы, может, есть? No questions. So everything is perfect. Very easy. Roman, I'm sorry for this, but I wanted to test you. So it was very easy. Guys, can we move on? Можем продолжать уже? I hope we can. Great. So probably we need to continue. Guys, now I would like to to practice some other thing with you. We talked about present simple today, but also we need to speak about to be verb. So do you remember all forms of the verb to be in present simple tense? May you tell me? In present simple tense, not past, not future, but present. Do you remember all the forms of this verb to be in present tense? Guys, try to finish the verbs and the exercises. Let's move on. So, do you remember all the forms of the verb to be in present simple tense? Is and are. Ilya, what about one more? If you are speaking about yourself, if you speak about yourself, for example, I am. Guys, don't forget about am. So we have am, we have is, and we have are. So, speaking about the verb to be, now I would like to ask you, and we will play a game with you. I know it is a bit hard, but we will try. Speaking about this game, I would like to give you an introduction. For example, I am an, and here I need to give you a profession. Do you remember the list of professions which you had before? Yeah, you watched a video about a lot of different professions. And now I would like to describe my profession for you. Your task will be to guess who I am. So I am N, and I need to explain who I am for you to guess who I am. So speaking about the professions, guys, I'm a person who works with different constructions. I draw some plans, and also probably I work with things which are damaged. С чем-то, что поломано. Do you have any ideas who I can be? So I invent, я изобретаю. I design, я что-то разрабатываю. Analyze and build test machines. Do you have any ideas who I am? Guys, we need to try to guess the profession. So if I am working, designing, inventing, analyzing, building, I don't know, test different machines. No, I'm not an architect, and this is not a profession, we call it an architect. Architect, not architect, we call it an architect. So who I am? If I am working with different, yes, thank you so much. Yes, I'm an engineer. So I am an engineer. Okay, and one more profession I wanted to give you today. So, guys, I'm a person who works with 10 other people. I work with 10 other people. I earn a lot of money. I don't know any other languages except for English. If you were on this topic, you would guess who I am. So I work with 10 other people, guys. I work in a team, and in my team, I have Yes, thank you so much, Tatiana. Great. Guys, now I would like to ask you, can you try to think what profession you would like to take today? I can make you visible, я могу сделать вас видимыми. You can even speak to us, вы даже можете с нами разговаривать. Just tell me who wants to try, кто хочет попробовать. Who wants to try to be our speaker today? Anastasia, you would like to be a speaker? Just guys, я могу сделать кого-то из вас спикером, вы можете поговорить, и мы вас все услышим. As you hear me. No, Anastasia, why? It is just a normal lesson, nothing special. Don't be embarrassed, не смущайтесь. We are all here studying. So guys, does anybody want to try? So nobody wants to try. Okay, interesting. In this case, I would like to give you some professions, and you will try to describe this profession for me. Go with it. Reporter. Can you try to use some words and describe this profession for me? Or maybe give me some words which are associated with this profession in your mind. So, can you try to explain to me the profession? Попробуйте объяснить мне профессию a reporter, as though I don't understand who this reporter is. You can use any vocabulary, но вы не можете объяснять самого слова, называя его. So, can we try? Объясните мне слово reporter. Guys, give me something. Write down here. Something which you find really interesting. Roman, okay. Waiting. Great. At least one person. I pronounce a sentence. I'm sitting in a black mantle. Роман, do you want us to guess the profession? Вы хотите, чтобы мы отгадали вашу профессию? Reporter asks questions, okay, makes and asks questions, yes. The reporter asks, yeah. Роман, would you like us to guess? Вы хотите, чтобы мы догадались, кто вы? Interviews, okay, so we're working on both directions. Roman, can I give you an answer? You are a judge. Am I right? Great, yes, okay. Tatiana, okay, so reporter asks questions, makes or does some interviews, okay. Give me one more second, I'll give you one more profession. Okay. Postman. Can you describe for me this profession, postman? Ideas? How to describe this profession, postman? He is no state letters. What do you mean no state letters? Okay. Yeah, in his hands, yeah, or in his bags. Разносит. Yeah, you can say carries. Like carry or carries. He carries letters. Anastasia, you have an idea. Work on the outside. Okay. On the outside, you mean of the building? Yeah, so he is working just outside. Outside will be enough. He is working outside. Okay, brilliant. What about the next profession? I will give you one more. Promise, guys, no more professions for you today, but I need to give you one more. I know one. A housekeeper. So try to explain to me this profession as though, как будто бы, I don't understand who this person is. Housekeeper. Roman, please. She is working home. Yes, she is work at home, or she is work from home. So she works at home. Or in the houses. Okay, thanks. Thank you, Roman. Anybody else who can try to describe what this person does? Runs the farms. Tatiana, what do you mean by running farms? Are you sure we're speaking about the same object? Ага, держит хозяйство. I see. Interesting. Interesting. Just because хозяйство means somewhere in kolkhoz. So if she's in kolkhoz, probably yes, she is running a farm. She makes clean. Okay, maybe she takes care of cleaning. Great. Guys, I have no more questions for you about professions. Great. So now we have nothing else to, I would say we have nothing else left, but I cannot hear you, I cannot see you, but we have some time left. So I didn't ask you, but probably you have some questions to me. Guys, let's skip this subject about professions. Maybe you have some questions to me about your education at all. Just, some questions about English which are not understandable for you, and you want me to answer something. Может, у вас есть вопросы относительно всего английского языка. You are studying, you have some questions, probably you would like to ask me these questions now, because we have time for questions. We have finished earlier, and we have time for questions. Roman, please, if you know and if you want to ask me something, just do it, please. Как лучше понимать на слух, что говорят? Роман, if we are speaking about this point, вам нужно слушать как можно больше. And for this task, я хочу вам порекомендовать один веб-сайт. Probably you are familiar with podcasts. Все знакомы с подкастами? Слушаете подкасты? Yes. So, Roman, the more you listen, the better you understand. Tatiana, you have to. Вам нужно слушать подкасты. Speaking about podcasts, just Google on the internet, some podcasts. For example, BBC podcasts, I don't know, allpodcasts.com. and play something. Просто что-нибудь включайте. Просто включайте что-нибудь. Anything you want to. For example, guys, something like this. Еще, if you want to be a professional at listening, you can try to listen to music. Попробуйте слушать музыку. It really helps. Don't translate, не переводите. Just listen to music. Any music you like. Queen, if you like it. I don't know. Anything from Great Britain, like Sam Smith, probably. Maybe you like Rihanna. Maybe you like Beyonce, Michael Jackson. Anything you like. Просто слушайте different musicians, different singers in different interpretations. Если вы начинаете учить язык, самое первое, что вам нужно знать, это то, что вам необходимо слушать как можно больше. Но прошу вас, don't translate. The most important thing for you is to try not to translate. Listen. Вы слушаете не для того, чтобы переводить. In Russian, when you listen to the song, you don't translate. You don't see the words, you listen to. Do the same in English. If you listen to a song, listen to a song. Не ищите слова, не пытайтесь ее разобрать, не переводите каждое слово, просто слушайте песню. Rhythm, words, interpretations. If you want, you can watch a video. Хотите, посмотрите видео on YouTube, if you want to. And listen to podcasts. If you want to speak more, you need to speak more. If you want to learn and know more vocabulary, you need to read more. If you want to know how to understand people in speech, listen to more information. И не переводите, прошу вас. All the time somebody says to you. И ни в коем случае не составляйте предложение из русского в английское. Вы берете предложение in Russian and you translate it exactly as it is in Russian to English. Вы делаете огромную ошибку. Вы с английского никогда предложение на русский язык не переводите досконально. Хотите, приведу пример? I will make an example. Can you translate this phrase for me into Russian? Переведите, пожалуйста, это предложение для меня from English to Russian. Замечаете? Кот в комнате. Знаете, как оно переведется в доскональном плане? Есть один кот в конкретной комнате. Не кажется ли вам, что ваш ответ был немножечко отличным от того, что написал я? Кот в комнате и есть один кот в конкретной комнате. Do you think there is a difference? Есть разница, правда, Татьяна? Speaking about translation. На английском мы общаемся по-другому. Не так, как в русском. Вы это сами видите. Простейшая фраза. You all talked about it. Вы все помните фразы There is a cat in my house. There is a lamp on my table. There is a Loch Ness, I don't know, demon or monster in the lake Loch Ness. Вы все это знаете. We talked about it. You talked about it. We all will talk about it in the future. Если вы хотите перевести предложение с русского языка на английский, вам нужно использовать четкий порядок слов английского языка, не русского языка, английского языка. У вас сначала идет подлежащее в английском языке, и так будет всегда. Потом у вас идет сказуемый, и так будет всегда. А потом все остальные моменты. Если у вас красивый кот, красивый будет всегда до кота. Если у вас симпатичная девушка, симпатичная всегда будет до девушки. И никогда, попрошу вас, не пробуйте перевести английский язык на русский досконально. Это мешает всему переводу. Вам нужно понять общий смысл фразы и перевести ее так, как Татьяна перевела только что мою фразу «There is a cat in the room». Фраза переводится досконально, как есть один кот в конкретной комнате. Комната конкретная, потому что я прописал the room. Если была бы какая-то, было бы a room. Никогда не переводите фразу с русского на английский. If any person says to you anything in English, понимаете его in English. If anybody talks to you in Russian, вы понимаете его in Russian. Никогда не переводите фразу, только если она вам непонятна абсолютно. Вот полностью ни одного слова вы не знаете. But I really try to make the phrases which you understand. And I speak slowly for you to understand me better. If you don't understand some words, I can help you. Но я попрошу вас, не помогайте себе с переводом слова. Объясните себе слово in English to understand it. И когда вы его поняли, for example, I give you a word, you try to understand it, you try to explain it to yourself, потом вы его перевели, удостоверились в том, что слово было верно вами интерпретировано, и оставляете его таким, какой он есть. Если у вас было слово student, вы его не переводите, потому что в русском языке есть то же самое слово. Если у вас есть слово dentist, вы не переводите и не пишете русскими буквами dentist. Это не русское слово, это английское слово. Dents – это не русские слова и не русское слово. Speaking about other professions, speaking about another words. Вы все знаете, что bag – это сумка, вы все знаете, что mouse – это мышь. Вы не переводите эти слова, потому что вы их знаете. The most important thing is to understand. The more words you know, the better English you will have. Просто пробуйте больше слушать А, читать Б и говорить С. Грамматику мы на уроках подтянем. Guys, thank you so much for this webinar. Thank you for your being here. I would like you to be proud of yourself. Be healthy, of course. Take care and see you next time on Wednesday. Guys, bye-bye. See you and have a good one.